Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let those notifications go out. Ooh, the hair is a little crazy today. Welcome, everybody. You have arrived. I have arrived. Yo, I have arrived. Welcome, everybody, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let me remove this banner off my face real quick. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see everybody coming through. Welcome. Okay, let me let those notifications go out. Thank you. Hey, everybody. You got Discord notified. Yay. Still don't know how to use the platform. Shout out to you, Jessica. I'm glad at least Discord notified you. Welcome. I went into Danny Robertson's room on my TV. Really? Shout out to you. Ronnie, welcome. Pika, Kitty Coo, everybody. Dee Dee, Sarah. Thank you. You actually got a YouTube notification. That makes me feel good. Hey, Sean, how are you, love? Shout out to you. Kim's in the house. Storm AF. Wim is awake, you guys. Wim is awake. Shout out to Wim. I have arrived. Cheek says, I have arrived. Thank you. Aro has arrived. Thank you, Erica and chat. Hello. Let's see. Jen, welcome. Present. West Coast, Fancy Nancy is here in the house. Welcome, Mary Lee. Survived the Kool-Aid. Jessica, Roxy, DC, Sarah. Welcome, everyone. Little Pinto's in the house. Welcome, Little Pinto. Saidala, welcome. Ada, Belen. Thank you. Present. Presente. I'm here. Coffee's ready. Let's go. Jenny says I've arrived on time. Listen, I arrived earlier. That's why we started earlier. You didn't get your notification, but I'm glad I checked. Thank you. Yo, Pinche Becky, how are you, Pinche Becky? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to you. You guys drop some hearts for Sylvia, who is out there, trying to be proactive and delivering stuff during the fires and stuff like that. Shout out to our wonderful supporter, Sylvia. Thank you, Sylvia. We are thinking about you. Tamara, welcome. Welcome. Debbie says, I've arrived. Jelly Belly. Allison, welcome. Barbara, how are you? Tina's in the house. The only Angie has landed with her tinfoil hat. Listen, today we gonna welcome some tinfoils, okay? I'm not gonna close myself off to the tinfoils because I feel like it, when it warrants it, we'll welcome it. You know what I mean? Like, let's welcome, wear a cute little tinfoil because I think in this one we might need to. Every once in a while, I like to dabble in the tinfoil. Okay. Every once in a while. Shout out to you. Okay, Vintage Mama, thank you for becoming a member. I feel like you've already been a member, Vintage Mama. Where you been? Shout out to you, Vintage Mama. I'm glad you're here. But I know you've been a member before. Okay, I've seen you around. I remember some names every once in a while. Nebulous, thank you. Wait until YouTube give me my notification. Now I'm already present. Miyu, how are you? You got notified this time. Wow. I have a tinfoil body arm. You got your tinfoils. Listen, I welcome the tinfoils today. Now, we're literally going to be having kind of like a two-part conversation. The last part of the conversation, y'all going to want to be here for, and y'all are either going to be like, oh my God, or oh my God. Like, oh my God, or oh my God. That like that kind of oh my God, oh my God, or oh my God. Like that. Hey, Sylvia. Shout out to Sylvia. Thank you. I don't have any tinfoil hat, but I have a pin. Get your little pie plate, all right? Get you got a bonnet, tinfoil bonnet. Shout out to you. Hey, Selena, fan para siempre. Shout out to you. Okay, I saw another comment. We arrived, Angelinos. We survive and we thrive. Shout out to you. Yes. Amanda, I don't think we have a tinfoil emoji. We need more members so that I can get a tinfoil emoji for all of us. You know what I mean? But y'all dropping Xeno in the chat. Look at y'all dropping the aliens in the chat. Okay, you're half tinfoil. I don't have a tinfoil. I might need one. I used to have like the tinfoil ears because I covered them. That's what I did. But yeah, it's not arson by some homeland. Okay, you said it's due. All right, so we gonna welcome the different types of explanations to this. All right. So we gonna get started. It's gonna be a very interesting conversation. Now, let me just say this: if we have a disagreement, I welcome civil discourse in my chat. Just don't come in here threatening me and telling me what I can or can't talk about, because you and your mama will get kicked out of my chat forever and ever. Like, that's the worst thing you can do, is disrespect me in my chat that way. Deal? Got it? I don't want to kick you and your mama out of here, but I will kick you and your mama out of here if the disrespect continues. Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat, y'all. We got to get into it. So thank you, Nurse Janice. You tell that's right. You and your mama and your tias and everybody else in the family will get blocked. Your ancestors will be blocked from this channel if you start threatening me and telling me what I can or can't talk about. All right. That's what I gotta say. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. So this morning I got a bunch of notifications that basically said, hey, there's possibly more arrests out there. And I said, if there's a shitload of arrests and a lot of arsonists out there, that this would be hitting like the mainstream media. You'd have Brian Enton, News Nation, CBS News. Everybody would be talking about this, right? Because you're talking about a situation where in the fires would be like a coordinated event. So I started sitting there and I said, I don't know. It just made me think about this. Now, one of the things that I wonder is, do we really know who the arsonist is? The one that was caught, I believe, in Kenneth, okay, that we heard about, because that broke the news a little bit, that there was an arsonist. There was so much. And now Vicky sent this to me, my mod, and said, look at this. Who is Gloria Lynn is in Mandage, the accused arsonist behind the California Freddy fires? Now, I thought it was just one arsonist. Is there more than one arsonist? That's what I like to know. Because we only know of one, and we were told that it was a homeless person with like a blowtorch. Y'all remember that? I haven't seen any names out whatsoever. Dee Dee, thank you for the 5 memberships. Thank you, Dee Dee. If you've been gifted and blessed by Dee Dee, put a heart in the chat. Okay. Well, I want to know, because if I remember correctly, it was a man that was arrested for the Kenneth fires. So I said, this is crazy. She is accused of starting the Freddy fire, a brush fire near Pacific Coast Highway. Okay. Now she's accused of starting that. California continues to battle devastating wildfires with over 130,000 that we know. Residents displaced, numerous state parks closed, and then there's the ongoing crisis. Law enforcement has arrested a 60-year-old Gloria Lynn Mandrich, that's how you say her name, for felony arson. She's accused of starting the Freddy fire, a brush fire near Pacific Coast Highway, close to Ventura County line. Why didn't this make it to like the mainstream media news? Because we only heard of like the one arsonist. That's it. That's all we heard of. And we have a picture too. That's why I was like, are we sure? Sean says he was trying to start more fires near the already existing fires. Like basically make it bigger, right? Like so that they're just so widespread you can't even figure anything out. And it was a homeless guy. So when I heard this, I said, this is the first I've ever heard of. And a woman. A woman? The Freddy fire broke out on January 8th near the Leo Carrillo State Beach, a popular coastal destination. The fire ignited around 12:40 p.m., burning approximately 3 acres before being brought under control. Firefighters from Los Angeles and Ventura counties collaborated to extinguish the blaze, preventing further spread. Initially, the Freddy fire was believed to be a spot fire caused by embers from the much larger Palisade fires. Okay. However, the investigators soon linked it to Gloria, leading to her arrest by the California state officer. Charges and legal proceedings. So she faces 2 serious felony charges by the Ventura County Attorney's Office. Arson during a state of emergency and recklessly causing a forest fire. This is the first time I've heard of her name. I said, is this real? Like, did she really do this? How did she get caught? What happened here? This dropped January 11 today. Right, Sam, like, typically women aren't profiled as arsonists, but is it possible that they're, like, arresting women or arresting people and not letting people know? You said Kim Streets LA stopped somebody? I'm not surprised. Wim just gifted 5 memberships, guys. If you've been blessed by Wim or Dee Dee, please put a heart in the chat. Thank you, Wimmy, Wim. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. I heard this. I said, no, this is crazy. Maybe she got paid to? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, the lady has a record already too, from what I've heard. Shell, you heard about this too? So that's what I was like, why isn't anybody talking about the fact that it's possibly a woman who is also part of this too? And maybe she was like, maybe she didn't start it, but she was adding to it. You know what I mean? Like, is it possible that that's the case, or what's going on? Hold up. You said, Melissa, not enough tinfoils to cover my head. Thank you for your channel. Enjoy what you bring. Girl, let me just say, y'all know me. I typically don't do the tinfoil, okay? But today I said, that's too much. That, like, typically you have to be able to invite other things when things are not making sense. The California fires are weird as AF. Okay. Now, maybe I'm not experienced in all of this, but I will say something. Okay. When the Maui fires happen, every time, and historically, it's always been this, it was an electrical situation that happened that spread. It's always been a bunch of, like, electrical wires. Some company didn't do enough or didn't do, and that could very well be the case. But is that always the excuse as to why not only what started it, but why it wasn't contained soon enough? Right, like, too many unanswered questions, Amanda. Right, and Sean, by the way, Melissa, thank you for the $5. Sean, anything is possible in Cali. Our government doesn't like transparency, and it may also be that they don't want it getting out. Also, if there are other pyros hear about it, they might join in and make it worse. Right, so, like, they don't want to sensationalize the news out of the worry that this might get worse. Now, shout out to Vicky too, because then I started thinking, I said, she had mentioned something. I said, well, if the ATF is investigating, if the ATF is investigating, that there's something, they don't have a conclusion. Like, nobody can sit there and say it started this way. I am so guilty of repeating what the media major outlets told me, right? Instead of really sitting back and analyzing, wait a minute, did this really happen this way? Like, how do we know? Especially if they're saying it was a brush fire that started it, and yet we're in the middle of the fire. Who the hell has time to investigate any of this? Right, Susie Q. Susie Q. Corporate media doing the least. Corporate media is the same lady by the name of Gina, who was, while they were trying to pull the people from the nursing homes out, Gina's out there asking people, where are you taking them? How many have you rescued? How are you doing today? Are you doing okay? Are you able to breathe all right? And it's like, Gina, move out of the way, because they're trying to actually, like, hurry the hell up and save these people so that they don't get burned. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is how that is corporate media for me. That it's like, y'all don't think until it's too late. Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And by the way, I think Gina is a reporter out of Los Angeles. I think I might follow her on IG. Yeah, so just no shade, but I'm just saying, like, it's weird to me how all of this happens. Dorothy, you've been a member for 17 months. Thank you, Dorothy people, for supporting my channel. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you, love. Okay, something about this fire doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't. Now, I'm kind of on this with Sean when Sean said, maybe they don't want copycats. So, maybe they're not going to announce when there's an arrest on, like, some of the people, right? To me, I would have never thought when I heard that this woman got arrested. I mean, what is the profile of an arsonist? What is this woman's background? Do we know? Even if she didn't start the fire, why are people feeling like it's okay to throw shit out there to make this fire worse? What's the behavioral social behavioral pattern behind that, that somebody would think this is funny, let me go out there, and I know that it's burned out a shitload of houses, let me go out there and make things worse by throwing shit out there and making things worse. I would typically expect something like this from, like, maybe teenage behavior. As crazy as it sounds, you know what I mean? That it's like, oh, they're messing around, but this is real. Iron Rabbit, thank you for being a member for 11 months. Shout out to you, Iron Rabbit. Thank you for supporting my channel, my love. Thank you. Thank you. Um, has more than one person been arrested now? I saw the blowtorch. That's what I want to know. If they have been, have they announced it? They're saying that this woman was. I had yet to see anybody really talk about this. A lot of them are being paid. Who paid her? This is what I'm saying, that it's like, if we're only relying on major corporate media to tell us the news, it's very difficult not to go outside of the lines and really think about there's probably more behind this shit than what is being put out there. And my thing is, it's the government that does its own investigation, right? There is no, like, I would like an independent investigation of a lot of things. And that's what I thought about Maui. But then you find out that the actual government is the one doing the investigation. So who's to say if they're really telling on themselves when this shit is going on? Well, and we do. And a lot of them get silence. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit weird to even think about this. Manna Joe, that's what they're saying. And I feel like if it didn't start like arson, it's definitely arson. You know what I mean? Like, let's play devil's advocate for a minute. Let's just say that it started by a brush fire or somebody started it. Then the winds started to pick up. Then through, I don't know, maybe a group of people, maybe communication wise, they said, hey, this is a perfect storm. Let's start setting fires in different locations and this is going to pick up. And then boom, like it just picked up and it took on its own. Then it's arson, right? Then it's definitely arson. But did it start like arson? I don't know. Right. Women tell them, like, most insurance companies canceled weeks before. No coverage? No thought about this? How did this happen? And that's part of the investigation that is not very clear. Could it have been like accidental and then went over? We don't know. Because they're still trying to contain this shit. Like, they don't know. Interesting. Ironically, I've heard that there were multiple people wearing black with black ski mask. They need the land. So this is where I get to that point where it's like, you know, in believing that there's something behind something, it's not always about your tinfoil hat. It's about, like, how wide are our eyes open to the different things that could happen. If my government, or if the people that, if they were really for me, my people, they would be protecting me, right? Like, we would be doing everything to make sure that people were protected. Like, making sure that everybody has enough water and water rights aren't an issue, or that insurance is in place, or fuck that there is, even if there is no insurance, that people are going to be protected and they're going to be able to rebuild and have their properties back, right? But unfortunately, it's not always like that. Like, no, no. I bet you anything that it's not even about rebuilding. It's about tearing down and making and removing new, right? Like, let's tear all this shit down and make something completely new. Maui is an example of that. If y'all ever watch anything what's going on with Maui, okay? Whatever they could save historically, they did, but then the rest they blocked it off and try to make everything anew, right? Well, we're going to build everything here new and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute. Some of this shit is historic. Some of this belongs to ancestors, the people here that have been on a list that have been waiting, to have a piece of the land that rightfully belongs to them. And that other people, like the likes of Oprah and folks like that, are able to just come over here, drop money, and take it away from them. What the hell is that all about? And that's where my mind went. And I said, I don't have enough research. I don't. But anything is possible at this point when it comes to this, because we don't have enough information. Now, this is what really got I thought about this, and I said, this woman, I have never heard. Do we have any women arsonists historically? Drop a name in the chat. Do we have any female arsonists that we know of historically that have been behind horrific things like this? And when I, Google, based on Google, okay, it says yes, female arsonists exist, though they are less studied than males. Who are they? Who are they? What's the diagnosis? What's the motivation for this? If this person did it, is it less common? What happened? I have a friend who has been in big corp insurance agents for decades, and they're all trying to sell this story. No freaking lie. I'm not surprised. Insurance is the biggest scam, okay? Like the biggest scam in our country. Like it just is in the US. Like I don't understand. It's the biggest scam. Right. And thank you for saying this, sweet. Like her hair is well taken care of. It's not giving homeless. It's like her bangs are, you know, not if she did this, okay? Please note that I would never compliment anybody, but her haircut is cute. She got the little like, little bang thing going on. You know what I mean? Like she's not like this disheveled homeless woman walking around with the blowtorch. I mean, that's not look. She's well dressed. And they're accusing her of basically, for those that are just coming in, let me reread this. It says that she was arrested. Her name is Gloria Mandich. I think that's how you say her last name, for felony arson. She's accused of starting the Freddie Fire, a bush fire near the Pacific Coast, close to Ventura County line. What is she like? What is this all about? Let me know. Not right. Let me know, Wim. Not only in the US, absolutely. Insurance is like taking a gamble that you're gonna need it, and then you wish you didn't, right? So it's like you're damn if you do and damn if you don't. Pretty much. But she's not giving a woman that's walking around with a blowtorch and she's homeless, like things that have been pictured out in the media that have been said to us. We don't know who these people are. Could they be arresting people behind the scenes and not letting people know that they've arrested a bunch of arsonists? Potentially. The government, the media, they do a lot of shit without us being aware of it. So surprised that this article came out. I said, that's interesting. Beachcomber, thank you for gifting memberships, love. Let me put some hearts in the chat for you. Thank you for blessing the chat. And Ada, I think you just upgraded your membership. Thank you for upgrading your membership. Shout out to you. But let me see. Look at this. DC says female arsonists have different motivation. Usually set fires to their own place and have suicidal tendencies. It's weird. Like it never occurred to my mind. I said, oh, could the arsonist be a female? Could it be a group of females? Could it be a group of men? We don't know. Different motivations. What is the message behind this? Right? What is going on? Now, let me see, make sure that I pull this correctly. We have, like any fire, right? Detectives are working with multiple agencies, including FBI and ATF, to determine the causes of the blaze. The blaze, not the blade, the blaze, right? ATF investigates fires, right? Typically, if the ATF is in there, it's because they're still trying to figure out whether this was a man-made situation. That's what it is. Like when they're there doing this, they're trying to figure this out. So I think that it's okay for us to conclude or at least wonder if we have a bunch of arsonists and you have the FBI and the ATF and Vicky. Shout out to Vicky, my mod, because you're the one that gave me the heads up on that article on that Lady Gloria. We just got done talking about some of the female arsonists. It, they're not going to give us a briefing. They keep having press conferences, and I feel like not a lot of questions are getting answered. The fire is still, what is it? Last time I checked, it was 8% contained. Not all the way. Yes, it's great that the winds are down and all this other stuff, and it sounds like they're getting like movement to get to where they need to go. But at the same time, I do wonder, they're not going to tell us all the information. That's what happened in Maui. In Maui, they didn't say shit to people. They didn't say anything to people. And the thing is, though, the only pushback that I have on the smart city situation is, if you're going to make smart cities, is California really the best place to do something like that at? Let's talk about this, okay? I'm from California. I was born in Santana, okay? I got family over there, right? And when I was born, I still remember hell, I remember having to deal with the earthquakes, and we were in grade school, and we had to duck out, under the desk. That I have trauma from that. Let me just say, because the earthquakes was like a really scary thing. All right. But one thing that they kept saying was that there was the San Andrea fault, right? That big old thing. And it always made me wonder, well, if they were trying to, if the elites or the rich and the famous are trying to build smart cities, a smart city, is California really the place to do it? I have to push back on this because I don't know. Because I was always told that California would probably be the state to, like, at some point detach itself from the United States, at some point be its own little island, at some point it would sink in. There's been all kinds of tragedy and different things that have been said about California and things that could happen there. I do wonder, is California the place that they would do this at? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. But let me know what y'all think. We'll talk about, let me give you guys the definition of a smart city for those that don't know. And Smiley Wheeler, thank you for the $1.99. Thank you, love. Let me see. So shout out to Sylvia, because Sylvia gave me the heads up on this. For those that don't know, and they say that this is a bit of a conspiracy theory, okay? But I think it's worth like talking about it because you never know, right? Let's see. Stop with block the ads. Close. I don't want any of this. Go away. Go away. Okay, here we go. So this was posted January 11th. It's been updated here and there. For those that don't know what smart cities are, LA wildfires deliberately started to turn Los Angeles into a smart city by 2028. This is a bizarre claim surface. As Los Angeles battled five wildfires, a conspiracy theory claims that they were started for the Smart LA 2028 project. Social media posts links the fire to arson, with one suspect arrested in Palisades facing life imprisonment if convicted. The theory alleges a push to transform Los Angeles into smart cities. Now, like I said, is LA really the place to do a smart city? I just, like, locally, I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it would lend itself. You said TJ said yes for the economy. And they did say this. They said that they were going to do the Olympics there or some shit like that. I said, listen, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't think that the way California is placed, there's a huge overpopulation in California too. I don't know. You said building a city in the desert ain't smart. I mean, you do have Vegas is like a desert, right? So there's that. When is the Olympics supposed to go to LA, and will smart cities be there? I highly doubt it. This is going to take them years for them to rebuild, right? Like, it just is. but I wanted to visit this with you guys to kind of understand like what y'all thought. Now, if California is a resource, I would say maybe the water, the fact that it's right next to the ocean. There might be certain areas in California that might be resourceful for a smart city by burning everything down. And I just don't see it in California. I could see a smart city being built in Colorado, in Nevada. I could see a smart city being built in like not Texas. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that because of like the various conspiracy theories that have been thrown out there, I feel like it would make sense more where there wouldn't be the issue of like tsunamis and things like that, and weather changes and stuff like that. All the water that pumped into the desert just to have green grass for Coachella is disgusting. Coachella is done, right? Like, isn't that a thing? Coachella is done. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to Coachella. Let me know if y'all have attended Coachella. Um, where is that held? Is that near this area? Stay Gold Radio, thank you for the $10 you said. I grew up in a town called Barstow that has a lot of military camps, bases set up around. Pops always said they run a train from Vegas through Barstow to LA. Look up Barstow Railways. This is similar. Thank you so much, Stagel, for the $10. This reminds me of what they said about Denver International Airport, the undergrounds. There is underground shit in DIA, by the way. Just I live here now. I'm from Cali, but I live here now, right? So let me pull this up real quick for now because I'm curious and we're talking about this topic. Barstow rail to LA. There is some underground shit. There is, let me tell you what I've experienced, okay? Like military, things like that here in Colorado. It's very interesting. There's underground shit that happens. I'm pretty sure that there's probably underground stuff that people are not privy to, that only a few are. I wouldn't, it just would not surprise me at all to see something like that because of just how, I don't know, like the location of DIA, the way things are set up in DR and DIA is just so interesting. And this is similar to that. But I just don't know if a smart city would be built in California. Does that make sense? Yeah, Bart, thank you. And I just pulled it up. Here it is. 2 trains operate daily from Barstow to Los Angeles. The train trip from Barstow to Los Angeles is usually 5 hours and 26 minutes long. However, traveling on the fastest Amtrak Southwest Chief train can get you there in as little as 4 hours and 14 minutes. The tickets are about $34 for anybody that wants to go. That's crazy. Yo, we were somewhere around Barstow on the edge of the desert. Where's that quote from? None of this, just think about it. If they're going to build a smart city, why would it be in LA? That's the only pushback that I would have. Why LA? I just don't think it's like the best place. You know what I mean? I just think it's weird how we don't have the technology to process ocean water to LA. Yeah, and shout out to, was it Holy Spackle? She came into my chat yesterday and she was talking about the fact that, you know, it was I didn't read this, but it was the Canadians and the Mexicans who were helping bring the ocean water over so that they can contain the fires. Y'all heard that too? And it's all over the news too. Here it is. Arizona Central, Canada and Mexico to send firefighting help to Los Angeles. I mean, this is why it helps to be friends with our neighboring countries. You know what I mean? Like, it helps to be friends. Thank you. Barstow has a military weapon base. They build the stuff there. Showing off for the, what'd you say? Showing off for the Olympics, Rabbit? I don't think so. I just don't think, like, Vicky, let me ask you a question, all right? You've heard of the smart city situation. Or let me ask everybody a question. You guys really think that the smart city would be in LA? I don't think so. It doesn't make sense to me. It would take, I don't know, like, just doesn't mean that's like if you know that there's a lot of hurricanes in a hurricane prone area, why would you build there? You know? I don't know. It's weird to me. Yes, the Canadian aircraft that picks up water in the ocean dumped it on the fire. Yeah, shout out to the Canadians and the Mexicans. Now, salt water must be um salt water must be dealt much differently than fresh water. Salt can ruin machines. That's what I thought. But I don't think they had much of a choice, right? Because there was issue with the pressure and we don't have water and yada yada yada. It just I don't know. You said I feel like it's something else, honestly. It feels like it's something else for sure. LA got the first hurricane in years. You says why the Netherlands? Same question. I just have a lot of questions. Like why smart cities? Why pick a certain smart city? Yeah, I heard there is a federal prison under DIA. I don't know about that, Allegra, but I know that there is um some how do I say this? Okay. I'm gonna pull it. Let me pull something about DIA. And this is what DIA has been known. They've removed this shit a long time ago, but I remember this art so distinctly, and it was in a lot of government buildings too. This specific art right here, I want y'all to see it, okay? Because I think that behind art, there's always a message to something. No, I don't want to buy it here. The Denver Post, you guys suck ass. Sorry, y'all. It makes me so mad that they're trying to charge me. Especially when they here it is. We'll go to the library. Okay? Let me show you guys something. I don't know if you guys have ever looked into this. This is all the history, the New World Order type of thing. Look at this. When I used to, in my 20s, I used to travel a lot. Okay. A lot. Can you imagine checking in for your airline? And this is the art that's in your airline. Now, if anybody has studied art or anything like that, like, what does this mean? You're flying out and this is at DIA, Denver International Airport. Some of y'all might have seen this. Okay. What do you guys think? What does this mean? Why is there children sleeping, mothers crying, and they're holding their dead babies? And then there's a rainbow, and there's a freaking building that's torn up. Y'all never seen this before? Let me know. If you're from DIA or if you've flown here, you've seen it, right? They removed this mural, by the way. It doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. The guy has like a sword and he is literally puncturing this dove. Dove is supposed to represent like peace, tranquility. I'm checking in, right? I'm checking in to get on my little airline or whatever. And then it just every I would travel in my 20s a lot. I'd say I probably travel like 3 or 4 times a month in my 20s, to go see family, to go do different things and whatnot. Okay. And every time that I go get my ticket, all right, I this is the mural that you see. This is the mural that you see. And I sit there and I look at it. And I remember taking a picture out of my camera phone, back in the flip phone days. But it's different to actually see this. Like you're actually seeing this with your own eyes. You're actually seeing this art with your own eyes. And then they have the bar there and you can't touch it. And then they had the little New World Order thing in DIA. In DIA, it just always made me wonder, like, what was the point of this? What was the significance behind this? It's very mesmerizing. Now, they took all this art out and they put a gargoyle now. Okay. There it is. I think it was at baggage claim 16 or 17 when I went to go pick up family just this holiday season. And they removed this. And I always wonder, like, what the hell? Why was this removed? But to me, there is a message behind. This is not the only art. Okay. There's others. There was things like this that would be left on DIA, New World Order Airport. Here's some actual documents about DIA. Now, this is like a historic site, okay? I mean, the DIA is huge. This is the sign that I'm talking about. Now, of course, there's the that was my boss, the mayor, okay? When I worked in government, this right here was like the thing that was always everywhere. Denver International Airport. And so there's the dedication and everything. The most worshipful principal, Prince Hall Grand. And then there's that. March 19, 1994, New World Order, New World Airport. It didn't say World Order, it just said New World Airport. That's how it was. And I didn't understand, like, why is it a New World Airport? Like, I know that DIA is international and a lot of people fly in and out, but this shit was just so creepy to see. These are just some things of DIA. Now, DIA has been, like, they've remodeled DIA a lot. Y'all see a little swastika there. Everybody sees it. Yes. That's how DIA was lined up. DIA is literally in the middle of like nowhere, right? Just to give you guys an idea of the layout. It has changed a lot. Coming soon, a secret portal to the underworld, streamlined security, another misunderstood mural. There's so many misunderstood murals in DIA that they have removed. Here's where the underground part is. Now, if you're flying to DIA, if you're taking a flight, you're going to go through like a concourse train. Concourse A, concourse B, concourse C, right? And so you get on there, and I mean, I guess this is what it looks like taking the train. That's just letting you guys know a little bit of history here. A gargoyle similar to that was taken, and all those murals were removed, and a gargoyle was put there. There it is. There's the gargoyle. This one right here. That is on like luggage. I think you could pick up your luggage in like gate luggage claim 16 or 17. You'll see that guy right there. I took a picture of him. Yeah, I mean, it's different. Those murals don't exist. Like, what the hell is this? I'm letting y'all know. Like, there's a lot of different King Tut. There's a lot of different art things. Now, this one right here, some of y'all may not know. This is Blucifer. Blucifer, the artist, was killed when he was basically constructing this thing, right? That Blucifer killed him. This thing fell on the artist. The artist is dead. This thing right there is still out there. I don't mind the gargoyles. But it's a lot, right? It's like Egyptian. It's a lot of different symbolisms and different things. I didn't even expect we were gonna go down this rabbit hole, right? But just letting y'all know. And so at night when you're driving to DIA, this thing, you can't get close to it. Like, I can't just, all right, let me park my car and go walk over there. No, you can't, because it's literally like there's freeways. You're going through like a freeway and highway to get to your drop-off area, to your gate. Okay. So here, this thing, you could see it from afar, but at night it's blue and the eyes are red. Okay. Now, I initially, when this thing was happening, I thought, okay, like Bronco colors, right? I'm thinking it's like Bronco colors. Bronco colors are what? Blue and orange. Okay. Because it was giving that. But I mean, to know that it killed the artist, they still put it up. I mean, I guess he wanted that. Now, here's another picture too of the mural that's no longer there. Look at this. So you saw that mural part where the soldier or whatever guy, he had a sword and he was hurting people. Well, he's dead there. He's laying down. The doves are at peace. Everybody's coming together, and it looks like it's different nationalities, people, children specifically, that are coming together and bringing world peace, right? So at the end, this is another mural that was there. This was supposed to be the ending of what looked to be like a horrific war of some sorts, right? Y'all can see it, but this has been removed. That's not there. The other ones are not there. Yeah, this is Denver. Okay. And I mean, a lot of this is historic. This gives you an idea of the different things. Okay. There's messages behind this. Signs everywhere. Absolutely. This is the one that I showed you guys earlier. Okay. So everybody's aware. Right. It's giving like revelations. That's what it's giving. Okay. So I'm gonna drop this site. This is the it's called, hold up. I'm gonna drop the site if for those that want to check it out. It's very interesting. And make of it what you will. I'm not here to convince you of anything else. You guys know we are not a cult over here. I like to show you where I get the information. Y'all go figure it out. Okay. I just dropped the link in the chat, and I'll put the link in the Discord for those that want to look at it independently for the members. Okay. I'll tag everybody, y'all, so you guys can click on it. That's where you can find the information. I mean, and this is the Denver Library history news, local guides, theories, different things that have been said, but those were real. I saw them with my own eyes. All the symbolism that was there was real. I saw it with my own eyes. That being said, it wouldn't surprise me. Smart cities in California, I don't know. I kind of have to push back a little bit. I have to wonder, like, why are they saying this? Like, why Cali? Why Cali? But it wouldn't surprise me if there are arrests happening and arsonists are being accused, and we're just not finding out about it because they don't want to let people know what is going on. They don't want to, create copycats. They don't want to do different things. So I understand that. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. We definitely went to a different rabbit hole. I would love to dig into that with you guys, but let me know. And I mean, being from here, it used to be a 25-minute drive for me. Now it's like a 45 or an hour drive, with traffic, but there's a lot of hidden agendas. I agree. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, glad you see it because you could protect yourself. You just got to be careful. It's just so weird that it would be in an airport out of all places. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Weird. Do your research. DIA is very interesting. Now I see a bunch of emails y'all are sending me. Shout out to you guys. And then shout out to thank you for this. This is interesting. Smart cities. Smart city sections and lists. Wow, they have a list of potential smart cities. And how come is California on there too? I'm looking. It wouldn't surprise me. Anything with New World Order or smart cities or anything, I'm like, boy, it's giving agenda. Boy, it's giving something else. You know what I mean? Mm. Okay, let's talk about Ellie Carter. Ooh, let me sit down for this one because, well, I'm already sitting down, but let me get myself comfortable for this one because the people felt some type of way about my thoughts on Allie Carter. Okay, and get your coffee, Kim. Everybody, now let me just tell y'all something. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I ask you guys to do your own research. Determine where you land with this. Night charm. Night charm. Dee Dee's like, I'm gonna stay quiet and eat my food. No. Yeah, well, Layla. Okay. Allie Carter is an individual who has been, I guess, between TikTok, especially TikTok, YouTube, and other platforms, has been causing a huge stir up, okay? Because oh Lord, PBS about to catch another straight. Let me get a cheerleader over here. Um because of the stories and the allegations that she has made against a lot of high profile people. I find it so interesting that the high profile people that she has made allegations are typically people that are in the political sphere, which is fine because I think politicians are very dirty, right? Just like celebrities. But I can't help it and wonder whether she's also being used. Okay. I've watched a couple of hours of Ali Carter content. I said, let me just give my thoughts on this, not going into too much, but I truly believe, in my opinion, and I have to shout out Too Strong because I did a pretty good video here and I have to show it to you guys, at least bits and pieces of it, but y'all go check them out. I think she's being used. I don't think that she's well. And I think she's let me stop. Do I believe that she's aware of the things that she's doing? Yes, but I don't think she's well. I think she's being used by the woman that she refers as her adoptive mother. Okay. by the name of Shelly. The things that have been displayed and put out there do not make sense, y'all. I'm sorry. They don't. The things that she has put out there, and also I know that there's like virtual marches that she's doing. She's got a website. I checked out her website, and I still don't feel like I have enough answers. You know what I mean? Like enough answers. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Have y'all watched this video? Video put out.
Know that we have been trying to.
Hold up, let me make sure. I think my headphone died, so I got to take this off.
Not cover, but been forced to cover the Allie Carter situation.
Yep.
We would call it a debacle because it has gone from everything to it is fully believable to some massive discrepancies. And we've been kind of caught in the middle, but Too Strong, we don't get caught nowhere. We either have a stance or we don't have a stance. And we do indeed have a stance. But
Too Strong basically believes that Allie Carter is being, like, I don't know if you could say trafficked. Yeah. Used, yes, but she's being used by the woman who adopted her. Let me play this, all right? Let me play this so y'all can see this video that they were showing.
End up doing breaking your jaw. So we're not going to do that to people. So we want to tackle this particular video because it was very disturbing to the point where we had to separate it from everything else. Now, I want to also put some disclaimers out there. We have indeed seen many, many videos of people claiming to be the actual parents of Allie Carter.
Yeah.
We have not verified whether that is her mom and whether or not her father's in the picture. We have not verified it, although we are investigating it and we have multiple leads on multiple individuals that could possibly fit that bill.
Now, let me stop right here, okay? One of the things that Allie Carter said, she said that there was only one picture. No, Lindsay, you got to listen to me, girl. I promise you. Listen to me, okay? Because I know you feel very highly about this, and I gotta tell you at least what I'm thinking, because that would be fake if I didn't. All right, I gotta tell you what I'm thinking. There was a video out there, and I'm gonna show it too, okay, where she tells people that there's no pictures of her as a baby, no pictures. Her mother came forward and dropped a lot of pictures of her as a child. There's a lot of misinformation that's happening. Now, I don't know if that's intentional in terms of Allie Carter giving this out and just, if she's willfully doing this or if she's being pushed to do this. But at the end of the day, she's not Tupac's daughter. I can tell you that. She's not Tupac's daughter, okay? We have to put, there's a lot of things that she has said. And to me, it's like, this is no different than the woman who said that she was art and she was this white woman, and she's not her, in this picture on the sushi table and sitting on Diddy's lap. We have to step back a little bit and listen to what the things she has put out there. We just have to, y'all. We have to. Check both sides of the coin, because to me this is not making sense. But I agree that she's in danger, and I do believe that she's being exploited. And the woman that's next to her, who says is her mother, I don't know, y'all. I'm not getting the motherly protection feeling from her. I'm just saying that. Let me play this.
We are not saying one way or the other, because that is not our stance right now, because we are, like I said, still investigating.
Okay.
However, this particular video, we want to tackle that video that we talked about that was so disturbing, because some questions were raised about the validity of what they're trying to portray in it. And we want to say some very important things about it. Now, if you watch the video, there seems to be a comforting factor is what they're trying to portray of this lady, Shelly, dealing with Allie. And Allie's is kind of in a fetal position, but rocking back and forth and very distraught. And Shelly's just kind of on the corner there, just kind of leaning out towards the camera, her body, but pivoted towards Allie. And
that video right there that I'm showing you, that's the video.
Has a hand on her and kind of speaking softly to her.
You're okay. It's okay. Jesus, 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 Jesus.
She's telling her to say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. She's having it looks like a little bit of a breakdown. She's filming the breakdown that she's having. Now, some people said in the comments on Too Strong, they said, oh, people need to film this because they can give it to the therapist. Then why the hell is it online? I want to know. Why is it online?
Yeah, okay.
The thing that struck us as odd is the why recorded.
Yes.
And not only that, how were you able to set up the camera in such a way to portray the kind of feeling? It almost felt forced, almost felt rehearsed, or in some ways, sorry to say this, planned.
That's what it I feel like that's what it is. Now, hold up. I'm going to show you another video. Let me go to Sean Davy Way real quickly. Shout out to Sean Davy Way. Because Sean Davy Way did a couple videos. I want to say like, was it a month ago? 2 months ago? I want to say it was like 2 months ago. Okay. And you can find, he's got a whole playlist of Allie Carter. Now, the reason why Allie Carter came to the attention, I think, of a lot of us is because, first of all, what we've known for us Tupac fans, and I know some of you guys are in the chat, there are no documented children. There are no Tupac documented children. That if we've been following, if we know that there isn't. Now, you would think that Mo Preem or Tupac's family, if they knew that Tupac had a child, that they would have been after, and they would have been like, well, let's make sure we get the freaking, DNA going. Let's make sure we get everything going, right? Like, because she should be able to be recognized as Tupac's daughter. I would agree with that. But that's what I don't understand. I don't understand. So when she came out here saying that, it was off. Yeah. So without consent. So when were those videos were disclosed by her mother without consent? Which videos? Which mother though, Amira? Let me know. Shelly? Because a lot of this is just, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Reminds me of when I was a teenager dealing with my own trauma. I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? There's pictures of her and her dad. Just so you know, there's pictures out there of her dad. Her mom came forward. Now, I'm not saying her mom is a saint because I don't know the lady. I don't. What it sounds like is that they've been through a lot as a family. It sounds like she struggled a lot. And there's a lot of pictures of her and her mom. They're in family pictures with their dad, a bunch of people. Yeah. So I think it's important to look at both sides of the story. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Why would this even be on YouTube exploitative much? Somebody who is for the children, she calls them Allie's Army. Okay, I went to the website. And like I said, I have a lot of questions. If she wants to save children from trafficking, I think that's great. That's fucking fantastic. There's a lot, like, that is a great movement. But you can't fake a story to then wear that as your thing. You know what I mean? Like, come out here and say, I'm here for the children and I want to, advocate for them. It's how it is. You just can't fake that. Let me play another video, all right? This video right here, shout out to Sean. Now, this one, I would probably go around the, was it 44-minute mark? Was it this mark right here? I think it's this one. Let me see.
Daughter. I'm not going to hold you any further. Let's jump right into Allie stating this out of her own mouth.
Now, this is
I
the
always
next
started to start
level
digging
with
and
this new album.
seeing where things led and who I really was and what was really going on, because things didn't make sense to me. Everybody kept my baby picture from me. Nobody wanted to show me my birth certificate. People kept things from me like it was a huge...
Everybody wanted to keep her baby pictures from her. When it's been released, BioMom has come forward and show a shitload of baby pictures of her, just so everybody's aware. There's a lot of baby pictures of her. Lots. There's a creator here who interviewed the mom, okay?
Secret. People treated me different. And I have one baby picture.
She says, I have one baby picture. This is her words, not mine.
Just one that we found. they told me at St. Bernardine's Hospital in San Bernardino, California, that the reason why my father wasn't on the birth certificate was because it was shift change. And that the nurse had to sign for me because it was shift change. St. Bernardine's, when I went back a few years ago, I asked them for the paperwork, and the nurse started crying when she went back into the inventory and saw my last name. She came out and she was crying and shaking, and I was already saying she was so sorry, and she didn't even tell me what happened yet. I'm like, why are you crying? What's really going on? And so I was like, maybe I don't want to know the truth.
Kim says, I called BS on that. The father doesn't go on the birth certificates if he's not there to sign it. That's right, Kim. If you are, typically they don't. And typically, sometimes, I mean, unless he's in the room or whatever, and then he could say, let me make sure you get me there. This is what I'm saying, y'all. Like listen to what she says. It's traumatic as hell, because there was parts when I was listening to her videos, I was hearing her say some really traumatic shit that I couldn't listen to it anymore. The abuse that she went through, that she says that she went through, was horrific. That you are just like, God, I hope. And then when I heard all this other stuff and I'm listening it from her own word, I literally said, oh, no. That's not good. Okay. Now, y'all can believe whatever you want. I'm not here to influence. I'm just here to tell you that this doesn't make sense. But okay.
And I don't have any baby pictures of me. I don't know what I would look like as a kid. I can't.
There are baby pictures of her. There are plenty. There's a channel out there that interviewed the mom that brought the baby pictures over. Yeah.
I have kids myself because of everything that has happened. And then the kid that is probably out there, mine, it's a long story. And I had no choice. And if I did have a choice, I'd be the best damn mom that I could be, but I don't have a choice. But we found one baby picture. Just one. And I think everybody has already seen it.
Mm-mm. She says, we found one baby picture, and I think everybody's already seen it. Listen to what she says.
So I'm asking, and I'm trying to connect those dots. And I noticed that the outlaws,
that's right, Amira,
are very strong. They're very strong in what they do.
Allie Carter, her real name is not Allie Carter, and she's actually 30 years old. Okay, so keep in mind of the time frames. All right,
they're weak. Pussies. They're weak. They get away with thugging and taking people and calling shots and playing God all the time. And I was supposed to be that person. I was supposed to grow up and be that person, and everybody used to be scared of me for that reason, because I was one of those shot callers when I was really young. And the outlaws are known for that.
A shot caller. Okay, put in the chat if you know what a shot caller is when you're young. Think about it. A shot caller.
Tupac is an outlaw. Tupac is an outlaw. Tupac is Hussein is my blood.
Tupac is my blood. Okay?
I don't know the absolute truth, the complete truth. But from the pieces that I put together,
Is my who? I know the music is so intense. So this is how it was recorded. Listen to what's going to happen next.
During this interview that Allie did, she states that Tupac Shakur was her father, and in the interview, they put up this picture as her proof that she is the baby in this photograph. I am not going to put up any side-by-sides or anything like that because we simply do not have to. Doing fact-checking, Tupac Shakur took a lot of pictures with a lot of children, including his own family, which is inside of this photo. This is not Allie Carter. How do I know this is not Allie Carter? Because she's a girl. This is a boy.
Yep.
Not only is the baby pictured inside of the photograph with Tupac Shakur a male, it is his nephew. This is Tupac Shakur's sister's son. If you pay attention to the photograph that was used inside of the interview that Allie was allegedly saying that was a baby picture of her with her alleged father, Tupac Shakur, that is a male. And that was taken inside of Tupac Shakur's sister's home. Look at the photograph, same shirt, same necklace with the baby, same clothing, same bracelet on the arm. This, unfortunately, is not Allie Carter. I don't know who told her that, but she is very so much sadly mistaken. They do have a small resemblance between the two, Tupac Shakur and Allie. But again, Tupac does not have any documented children. And unfortunately, again, Allie, you are not one of them. Please tell me what you think below this video and in the comments of how you feel about Allie. Do you feel like this discourages and diminishes her entire story? Or do you think maybe someone was telling her this as she was growing up? It's like a fairy tale that Tupac Shakur was her father because she was like a big fan of him and whatnot. I don't know. But Part 2 will detail a lot more things that we do not know about Allie. Again, this is just the beginning. I love you all. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of Surviving TikTok.
Yeah. Go. So I'm going to tell you, Sean Davy Way has, I think he did like 4 total Surviving TikTok, Allie Carter's. And this was like a month ago that he did this. And now her mother is coming forward and saying, no, that she's not, her father was in here. Here are the pictures of the father. Like, it's not her dad. Okay. But she has said this before once, I believe actually twice, if I remember correctly on others. Tori Outlaw is her real name. Okay. It's her real name. Now, let me tell you guys something. I don't want to send any hate to Allie Carter. Okay. Because I do think that she's not well. I believe, in my opinion, she is being used by Shelly, her adoptive mother, based on what I have seen. Okay. On that coercive control part, you could see some of that. Tell me why Allie Carter, when she's telling her story, her mom has to jump in and say it for her. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all are fans of that. I'm not, because it doesn't make sense whatsoever as to like the things that she is just, it don't. Why do you need your mama there? Go look at her story. Okay. People play on our outrage online all the time. If you've been through some traumatic situationship here, you've been abused, you're a foster care kid, whatever the situation may be, I promise you, people play on your outrage to start a story. And we want to believe, because sometimes people didn't believe us when we went through the things that we went through. But please go over there and just review it. Be objective. I have to be objective. That's all. And I'm letting y'all know. I don't blame Allie. I do think she's a victim of a couple things, but I think she's being controlled by Shelly. Okay? I do. And I think that completely takes away from everything. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all are amazing. I have to go because I got to go tend to baby bunny. But what do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to, so the 2 videos that I shared and I asked you guys review them. Sean Davy Way did a couple of breakdowns. Shout out to Sean Davy Way. I know Danny Robertson is doing a couple breakdowns too. This is another one too. from Too Strong. They did a pretty good video here, and they're getting dragged in the comments, which I don't understand. No, they're not bullying Allie. They're really concerned for her safety, and they're concerned for her being used and being exploited. That's what they feel like is happening. Go listen. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye now. Have a great day, guys.